Ah, come on, come on, come on. Hallelujah. Our God is so worthy today. Yes, He is. Hallelujah. He's worthy. Hallelujah. 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 I'm gonna have to slow you down. Look. Because of you we all know that they had counted Jesus Christ prayer band out. But thanks be unto God, God has a way of keeping us strong. Where the enemy tries to steal our joy, God is still getting the blessing. Hallelujah. And when Apostle was mentioning about this song Sunday, I just think it needs to be our theme song. Hallelujah. And listening to what he went through, and in everything I went through in my life, and some of y'all what you went on in your life, this song even ties into what I taught on this morning, but don't lose focus. And the song simply says, I feel like going on. I feel like going on. No, I'm trying. God some hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
We're going to ask Evangelist Joyce to come and introduce our speaker. I'm going to ask her to come and introduce our speaker of the hour. Amen. Oh, okay. Amen. You want to introduce your mom?
Excuse me. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
Come on, introduce your mom. Nobody knows better than you.
That's right.
Come on up and introduce your mom. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, God, for being here. Thank you, God, for everybody making it safely. I want to introduce my mother, Prophetess Carrie Bird. She is an anointed woman of God. Amen. She very humble, and she sits back and just observe. Amen. She don't try to be seen, but she's anointed.
Come on now.
Very highly anointed, because I know I call her all the time. Pray for me now. So she's going to bring y'all the word this morning. Amen.
Come over here, the table is spread. There's a feast of the Lord is going on. Come over here, table is spread. There's a feast of the Lord going on. Come over here, table is spread. There's a feast of the Lord going on. Come over here, table is spread. There's a feast of the Lord going on. Come over here, table is spread. There's a feast of the Lord going on. Come over here, table is spread. There's a feast of the Lord going on. Hallelujah.
Come on, you can say that in this room. You got Bobby on that one. Came out on Church of God in Christ on you, boy.
Hallelujah. We're going to go in the feast of the Lord. Hallelujah. The table is spread. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. He prepares a table before us. What in the presence of our enemies.
Yeah.
He anoints our head with oil. Our cup runneth over.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus. You know, I was getting ready preparing for the message. Joyce had gave me her title. So I had to go back and get another message. That's why I had to step out for a minute.
Go ahead.
So I'm coming from Joseph. My daughter is going to read for me.
Come on.
And we're coming from
Genesis 37 chapter.
Yeah, Genesis 37 in the 4th verse.
Feast of the Lord is here. You got to say that in the morning.
Yeah, we gonna need
She
that.
got you on that one, boy.
She got me, but I think this is good.
You can pull that one out the bag.
Don't put it out.
Yeah.
I even throw the mic.
Oh, boy.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Yeah.
Verse 4, and when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him and could not speak peacefully unto him. And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. And he said unto them, hear, I pray you, this dream which I have had. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheep arose, and also stood upright. And behold, your sheaves stood round about, and made obedience to my sheep.
Yes.
And his brethren said to him, shalt thou indeed reign over us? or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and his words. And he dreamed yet another dream, and told it his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and 11 stars made obedience to me. And he told it to his father and to his brethren. And his father rebuked him and said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee, to the earth? And his brethren envied him, but his father observed the same. And his brethren went to feed their father's flock in Shechem.
Okay, that's good. My topic is what's stopping your destiny.
All right.
God has a destiny and a purpose for your life. And usually your destiny starts as a child, whether you know it or not. You're in training because you're young. He said call them young because they're, you know, they're wise. He called them because they're young and they're vibrant, they're listening. What stopped your destiny? You know, God deals with us on different levels. Sometimes you were the black sheep of the family.
Yes, ma'am.
You were the one chosen to be picked on. You was always called upon, but never honored.
Come on.
This is how the enemy trick us to stop our destiny. Or maybe they said, well, you're never going to amount to nothing. Or maybe you the slowest reader, or you wasn't progress like you were supposed to. When God has a destiny for you, the enemy's already got a plan to stop you from the child, to reach your destiny, to always make you feel like you're not worthy of what God has for you. Your destiny that God has for you is not going the way you thought it was going to go. It's going to go the way God says it's going to go. I'm going to give you a good example of my life. I had 5 sisters, well, 4 sisters and 2 brothers. And those girls kept up a lot of mess. When I say a lot of mess, I went to the church just to get away from them. Because every time I look up, we in a fight about something silly, or you said something or what. I was just tired of it. I said, I'm going to go to church. Not knowing that that's my destiny to shut in before God. I'm going just to get away from them. I stayed in there. We had 3 months out then. I think the kids get like 2. We had 3 months out then. I stayed in the church fasting and praying 3 months straight. When I tell you my gift hyping to the 5th power, when you put away food, God can use you like never before. Your hearing get keen. Starve yourself to see what happens. Your eyes get sharp. You can smell something from two blocks down the street. You can smell it cooking. I tell you, everything get keen. Because you ain't feeding the body, so everything else kicks in for you. Not knowing that God was going to start to use me when I was 9 years old. We went to another, my mother went to another church, and she said, well, y'all find a church. And God sent me to a church up the street. The pastor wasn't a prophet, but he was a teacher. And God brought me in to prophesy to him, just a little girl. He said, why couldn't you be a boy? He was a church of God in Christ. He said, why couldn't you be a boy? I need to bring you up before the people, but we're not allowed to put women in the pulpit. I said, well, my mama is a woman, and she also is a minister. He said, well, we just got to work this around, because I know God sent you here to me. And he would ask me things to keep me out the church, and I did this all the way up until I was 18 years old. I was his private prophet. Everything he asked God, he asked me. I told God I'm still a kid, and I want to be a kid. I don't want to be a grown-up. Just let me say what I got to say to him, and don't let me remember it. But sometimes the anointing would come over me at school, and I couldn't focus. I said, okay, Holy Ghost, you have to write this paper for me. Because my mind kept drifting in the word of God. I would read the word all the time. I kept my mind in the word all the time. This is where we done fell from grace.
Come on.
When we first came to God, we were so excited about reading the word. We were so excited about being saved. But you know what? It's not too late. It's not too late. You see, Joseph's destiny led him in a lot of hardship.
That's right.
Oh, he's seen the stars and the moon. He's seen it bow down to him. But if God had told him what was going to happen before he got there, he wouldn't have made it. Because he would have ran from them. He was like, I ain't going to do that. They going to do what? I ain't talking to them. No, I didn't say nothing else. But God has to allow certain things for our training. In order for him to stay in God's grace, he had to keep him humble. Did he not keep getting arrested? He was a servant, and the captain's wife lied on him because he wouldn't sleep with her. She just couldn't stand him, and she pulled his shirt off and told the husband that he raped him. Went back in jail. They put him at the top of the prisoners. God always kept him at the top of the food chain, but he kept God first. When he got into his place, and he called and his family came to get meal and stuff like that. The Bible said that he hid himself and cried, because the time that God had prophesied to him, he had to stand back and wonder, my God, how I got over. You said this day would come, but all the pain and all that just rushed back into him when he seen him. The Bible said he had to turn himself away, and he wept, because this is what he told them when they were children, and they hated him for it. But it still came to pass, just like God said. It took time. So it don't matter if you had to stray off and become an alcoholic, a drug addict, or whatever. You have a destiny. And sometimes your destiny and your purpose is going to be part of your ministry. Because let me tell you, people on the street don't feel like we can say nothing to them because we ain't never been on the street. But they don't know the story, because God saves all kinds. God got somebody for everybody. You know, I used to feed people when I was 16 years old, but I didn't understand why these people needed this food, because I had a family. I could go to work. I was just doing good, and I was like, I'm feeding these people, Lord, but I don't understand. God said, okay, I got you. I got you. I became homeless. I said, well, okay, I'm saying why I'm in here. God said, because I got to teach you what you feed the people for.
That's right.
And I had little kids, and my kids would cry for food, and I see how the people treat us, and you know, nobody can shut a baby up when they're hungry. You can say shut up all you want to. They're not going to shut up because their stomach is hurting, they're hungry. You know, I had to go through all that to see why I was feeding people. I said, okay, God, teach me. I never forget, I wanted some milk, and they used to serve that powdered milk. I couldn't stomach that stuff. Anything was made processed, I couldn't eat it or stomach it. I always would bring it back up. And I never forget, I went to a church, and a homeless man, he smelled like he just got up off the ground peeing on himself. He gave me a glass of milk, and it felt like he gave me the world. I wanted some milk so bad. That milk just felt like heaven to me. So as I drank it, I began to cry. He said, oh, shut up, I'm gonna give you some more milk. Lord, this man don't understand. He just don't understand. God is good, isn't he? He just don't understand the truth I just came from. He don't understand why I'm there. I'm there to testify. I tell you, God is good. But you know the things that I seen when I was in there, I seen people come through there that's ministers saved and running from each other and doing things that God didn't tell them to do. I seen people get stabbed from just running. I just seen a lot of mothers. I seen mothers make their kids shoot them up in drugs, just all kind of stuff. God said, this is why you're here. I said, okay, teach me well, because I don't want to come back. Let me learn this lesson. But now, when I help the people, I understand. I understand when that baby is crying. I never forget, I was on the bus stop, and the girl, I seen her when she came from the shelter, and her baby was crying, and I handed her $10. She said, I don't need your money. I don't need a handout. I said, when I leave you, your baby's still going to be crying. But your pride, it ain't going to feed him. And you're going to feel this when I leave. So I went and sat down. She came to me. She said, I'm so sorry. You're right, I got a lot of pride. She said, I'm not used to being in this situation. I said, that's why you're in this situation, because God wants to teach us. God teaches us to be humble. A lot of times you had everything served to you on the platter, you don't know what it means to be humble. So God has to strip us and break us down. Let me tell you something. The destiny God has for us, and this is another thing I love about God. It don't matter how old you are. If you tend to get off track, or even if you're not eating right or doing what you're supposed to do, you know, God will shake you. He might let you have a little heart attack, or he might let you have a little stroke, something. But I tell you what, he's gonna talk to you the whole time.